Hello everybody, it's Paul here and welcome to the next video for Fat Boy Sewing. The last video, you'll remember, I went and had my very first sewing machine lesson, made a tape bag and that kind of stuff. So I've now thought about embarking on my very first project, which will be a t-shirt. But before we get, and I'm close to being able to do that, I had to do a little bit of shopping because obviously that will involve a lot more than just using the sewing machine. So I thought I'd do a quick video. In fact, I've already done one. It was like 10 minutes because I was unpacking everything and it just took forever. So I'm going to try and zip through this as quickly as possible, just to let you know what I've been up to and what I've been buying, getting ready for that very first project. The first thing I think you can see is a cutting mat. Obviously, I'm using the dining room table, and we don't want to get that cut up or ruined. When I'm sort of cutting things up and using the, cutting the material, etc. So that was the first purchase I bought. I then bought myself a lovely little box here to store the bits and pieces that I need, obviously when I'd be buying cotton and that kind of stuff, but also just the equipment that I've been buying. So what else is in my box of goodies? Well, the very first thing I thought I would need is something to cut the material. So I bought myself a huge pair of scissors. Hopefully they'll do the job. Apparently they should, as well as a roller cutter. Again, I don't know why you would need both. Maybe it's a little overkill, but I see people using these roller things, so I thought, let's do it. I'll buy both in case I need both. I also got this little pair of tiny cutters, which I think is like for when you've got little bits of thread and stuff that you need to cut off. So they look perfectly good and very sharp. The next thing I purchased was these, and these are, they have lots of different styles, but these are basically material weights. So obviously when you're laying the material out flat and you wanted to keep them in place, you've got material weights. These are all just various different fruits, melon, lime, that kind of stuff. They had all of the ones with like flowers and stuff on. It wasn't really me. I looked for Star Wars ones, couldn't find any, so fruit it was. Next up is I had to get some pins, because obviously when you're making stuff, you need to pin items that you're sewing together. So I bought myself some pins. I looked online. I didn't want to go too far, so they were a UK-based company, and apparently made some of the best pins. A company called Mills and Merchant, glass-headed pins. Let's have a look what they look like. Just multicoloured, various little coloured head pins. These are apparently great ones, and it's better to buy great ones apparently, or good ones, because the cheaper that they are, the more they fold, the quicker that they get blunt and that kind of stuff. I also bought, for a similar thing, these little kind of colourful clips that clip material together. I don't know if I'm ever going to use them, but who knows. Next up was a material tape measure, nice and big for my big fat waist and my big fat belly, which is obviously very important, especially because Stefan is also big and fat, and if I'm going to make clothes for the pair of us, that's what it needs to be for big fat sewing. Then I purchased some sewing chalk. So obviously when you've got the material laid out and you're outlining a pattern or whatever you're doing, so it's just these kind of things that you can use to line the stuff up. There's pink, blue, yellow and white. And then last but not least, I purchased this, which is a metal sewing gauge. I don't really know how to use this. It said people use them. It was like £3, so not very expensive. But my understanding is that it helps ensure when you're sort of drawing lines and things like that, that you can keep a straight edge, which something tells me, not being a very straight person, that I'm going to need help with a straight edge. But that's what I purchased. Hopefully it'll stand me in good stead. Next up, obviously, I need to get a pattern for a t-shirt and buy some material. I don't exactly know when I'll do that, but hopefully in the next few days or so. And when I get there, I'll let you guys know. But thanks for watching again. I hope you enjoyed another video. And keep on doing what you're doing. Thanks very much. Bye.